Hi, I'm Daryl Howerton, and for 8 months now, I've been talking about how women's sports cards have been going through the roof. But based on recent record smashing sales, they're going through another stratosphere right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, this Serena Williams card right here, the 1999 SI Kids rookie card, sold for a record $117,000 last Sunday at PWCC Marketplace. That same day at that same auction, this card here, the 2003 Net Pro Glossy Elite of Serena, sold for $96,000. I mean, I can remember back in August 2021 when this was once the record holder at $34,000. And even before that, in the previous summer, it was the Babe Diedrichson card that was a $24,000 record holder. I mean, these records are just going through the roof, and the ROI on these four iconic cards are just going even at a higher level. I mean, this Serena Williams card has a 12-month ROI of 1,070%, going from a $10,000 sale in 1 year to $117,000. This Net Pro Glossy Elite of Serena went from $6,000 to $96,000 in a 14-month span. I mean, that's a 1,395% 14-month ROI. The Mia Hamm card over a 21-month period went from $2,500 to $34,500. And I'm waiting for the next one to sell because that one's going to be an astronomical too. This is a PSA 9 that sold, about a year and a half ago for $24,000. I can't wait to see what the next one sells for. I mean, these numbers are going through the roof. If you average these four out, it's a 1,004% 1 year ROI. I mean, and granted, the Babe Diedrichson card hasn't sold. There has only been one PSA 9 that sold. But these other three have sold on a regular basis, over a yearly basis. And at one point, 3 months ago, the ROI on these cards were 333%. I thought that was crazy. But 1,004% ROI? This just gets busier and busier every time I look at the women's sports card industry. And granted, I like looking through the spectrum of these four cards because these are the four queens of the deck, the four aces in the deck. It's the Mount Rushmore of women's sports cards. But that's not to say other cards aren't selling too. I mean, back in October at Golden Auctions, there were two tennis player cards that sold for over $40,000. I mean, the Serena Williams International Series 2003 Net Pro, in a PSA 5 version, it was an autograph apparel, it went over $43,000. There was the Naomi Osaka 2020 Topps Transcendent, one of one, red auto. It sold for over $40,000. Those were records at the time too. I mean, and those aren't even the iconic cards. We've seen an Alex Morgan Immaculate Collection a year ago sell for $16,000, and I'm sure that would go for a lot more nowadays. I mean, all these cards are going through the roof, and just when I thought a 300% ROI was incredible, now I'm seeing a 1,000% ROI. It's just crazy where these cards have gone from. I mean, the one part of the industry that really hasn't been affected, I don't think yet, is vintage. But we're starting to see Babe Diedrichson cards in the low PSA versions, PSA 1s, 2s, 3s. Those are selling for very high prices. And though we haven't seen the PSA 9, sell at a high level, there's only four of those in existence. And the last one that sold was over a year and a half ago. So, I mean, when that next one sells, I wouldn't be surprised if it sold for 50, 60, 70, maybe $100,000. I mean, it's only in line. I predicted the same thing with the Serena Williams SI Kids card, the 1999 one. I said that was the iconic card ever since I started making these YouTube videos 8 months ago. We didn't see one sell. The last one we saw sell was a $10,000 card in January of 2021. And I always said the next one that sells is going to blow people's minds. It's going to break records. And it happened last Sunday, $117,000. And that blew even my mind because I honestly didn't think it would crack the 100,000 barrier so soon. I knew it would do it one day. I predicted it would be the first, but I didn't think it was going to happen within a year. But it did. January 17th, 2021, it sold for $10,000. January 23rd, 2022, it sold for $117,000. There you go, a 1070% 12-month ROI. And dare I even say that at one time you could have bought that card in April of 2020 for $738. I haven't even tabulated the ROI on that. $738 to $738 to $117,000 in basically less than 2 years. I mean, this is crazy. Get in it while you can. And like I said, it's only 0.1% of the card industry right now. It's still in its infancy. It's just that these cards are going crazy, and they're going to go a lot crazier. And it's not just these. It brings everything else up too. So if you have other SI Kid rookie cards or whatever, get them graded, get them saved, get them polished off, because the time is now for women's sports cards. It's hotter than ever. And I was saying that 8 months ago, and it just gets hotter. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.